Toney man, who is now charged with murder, capital murder. He thought he was going to get away with killing his wife, but now he is charged with capital murder of his wife, who was only 37 years old at the time. They are roasting his behind on Facebook. Evidently, he killed her with a .38 caliber gun. He's trying to pretend like she tried to commit suicide. They are roasting him on Facebook. Somebody said he thought he was going to get away with it, but no, God was watching. And then somebody said, white men harm too many children and women. Anyway, thank you for watching Why I Killed You TV. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this particular video. I would greatly appreciate it.
They hate you. You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.
A jury has come to a verdict for a capital murder suspect. After a days-long trial, the jury delivered a guilty verdict to David Tolbert's case this morning. Tolbert shot and killed his wife in 2022. Police initially thought her death was a suicide, but further investigation changed that decision to a homicide, charging Tolbert with the killing. He will spend the rest of his life in prison behind bars without the possibility of parole.
Toney man will spend the rest of his life in prison after being convicted for capital murder in his wife's death. That conviction coming Thursday morning. A jury found 50-year-old David Tolbert guilty for the murder of his wife Savannah in 2022. Prosecutors argued to the jury that Tolbert killed his wife and made it look like a suicide. While the defense claimed Savannah had been battling mental health issues and took her own life, ultimately the jury sided with the state and found Tolbert guilty. After the verdict, Ben Gibbons with the Madison County District Attorney's Office called the case tragic.
He tried to get away with murder. Honestly, it could be a TV show. He framed his wife's suicide. He knew she had mental health issues. He planted the seeds in everyone's head that she was suicidal, but he didn't factor in the science and the forensic pathologist that could determine that he was the shooter in this case.
Tolbert did not show much emotion during the verdict, but did get teary-eyed as he left the courtroom in handcuffs. Gardner says Tolbert plans to appeal his conviction.
The fate of a Toney man charged with capital murder of his wife in 2022 is now in the hands of a Madison County jury.
News 19 has been in the courtroom all week for the capital murder trial of David Tolbert. News 19's Noel Jalil joins us this morning. Noel, what's the very latest in this case?
Giselle and Carmen, the jury will continue deliberating this morning after what was a busy day of testimony and closing arguments on Wednesday. Jurors heard from a forensic pathologist who reviewed Savannah Tolbert's autopsy report and photos from that autopsy. She died from a gunshot wound to the back of the head. David Tolbert closed his eyes and cried several times during that testimony. The pathologist testified that the findings she normally finds in a suicide were not present in Savannah's autopsy. She said that she has done 200 to 300 autopsies in suicide deaths, none of which she says were from gunshot wounds to the back of the head. Prosecutors asked her to recreate the angle in which Savannah would have had to point the gun in order to suffer that kind of deadly injury. Jurors saw the pathologist struggle to get the gun to a proper angle. She testified that her official report ruled Savannah's death a homicide but could not rule out suicide. The state and defense rested their cases and Tolbert did not testify. In their closing arguments, prosecutors asked the jury to follow the forensic science and convict Tolbert. Tolbert's attorney, Bruce Gardner, asked the jurors to consider that Savannah died by suicide and said prosecutors could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that David killed her.
So we have
You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.